What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Prime Eto. He is incredible. Like, we've used his base not long ago, and honestly that card was phenomenal. I have huge expectations for this guy. 4-star still, right footed with high-low, 5'10" as always, finesse shot and outside of the foot. We kind of noted this in the first one. They are almost the perfect ones. If you had a bit of flair, absolute jobs are good, and for any striker with obviously them two traits, pace wise we can't really ask for better. And I think, yeah, it's better than, to be fair, it's only one more than his base. It's 4 more than his mid, so obviously his mid did decide to drop a little bit. Shooting wise, again, look at it, 96 on the absolute base, which is just incredible. Great dribbling from him, physicalities are up there definitely. Passing wise, we're looking okay for a striker, to be honest, and a lot of people are saying keep him on the basic. I think 2 on the pace, 2 on the shooting, 4 on the passing, 5 on the dribbling, and 2 on the physicality. Turns him into a 94 rated striker, so I think that probably is an absolute winner. I think the only other thing would be an engine, just to get that balance up to 93 rather than 83. So depending on what you want to get from the card, obviously that is then down to you. I think the engine could be a possibility as well, but I would probably side with either of them. So let's jump into him. He is coming in currently at 3.8 mil. And pretty much across the board, 3.8 to 4 mil from Xbox, PlayStation and PC. Let's see what he's all about. Eto finds the space, 2 minutes in, and he's already slapped it. Rashford doing a hell of a lot of the work there, but he does manage to put himself in that position to get that final shot, and the keeper was in absolute no man's land, just ready for Eto to slap it home. So again, showing that pace, absolute balling with it. What can we find? Rio's not going to be able to catch him. Very, very close. Maybe a little bit of a push in there. Could have been an argument for a penalty, I hope. Finds Eto again. Gotta be. Finesses. And again, 4 minutes in. And he's already bagged 2. Cannot argue with this card. He feels incredible to play with. I think the guy is pretty much given up at this point. The dribbling on him is fantastic. We can get to him quite easily. And his shooting, obviously, is going to be impeccable. And that's it. First one done. Back into Eto straight away. He's going to look for it, go with the dummy, tries to roll it through. Rashford's going to pick the ball up again. Diop's going to come in and tackle him straight away. And I think that's probably the big advantage. That's a good ball. That's an absolute stunning ball. Goes for the chip, and he's absolutely done it. 3 minutes in, Van Basten with a beautiful little lob. But I think the way to kind of deal with Eto is not letting him get any sort of steam, or at least kind of blocking off them options, because we can see him, he can get out of a lot of kind of sticky situations as such. But in terms of if you don't let him start, it's going to be very difficult for you to make something from him. And I think that applies to every card, but it's very hard to do against someone of that sort of caliber. When you're looking at almost a 3-4 mil striker, it becomes very difficult because there's not many of them. Finds Eto in some space. He is slash injured. Going to go for a hit and hope. Casillas took a second to get that in control. Going to find the ball into Jota. Going to ping one across, and that is absolute play. And Casillas with a double save that keeps this guy rolling. Oh, and Eto with a volley. Eto's jumped up for the header. It's an absolute save and a half, and this is why I'm recommending Casillas highly. He is absolutely stunning in the net. Big ball over. Goes for the 1-2. It's a poor left-footed shot. Really should have maybe done a bit more with that. Thought I had a good first touch, but I think he's done well with what was given to him, really, in terms of defence. Ooh, Eto providing. Rashford nearly finishing. So going into the overall for Eto then, practically coming in at about 4 mil, and he is fantastic. The pace on him is incredible, shooting's phenomenal, dribbling's phenomenal. He just is that sort of player, and I think we knew as soon as it was announced, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. In fact, yeah, it must have been FIFA 21, so he was basically then, and obviously prior to then, he's been in pretty much most FIFAs from the beginning. He is, it doesn't say how old he is now. No, it doesn't, does it? I can't even see it now. So in terms of kind of what he can bring to the table is incredible. Day of birth is 81, so I'm 94. I don't even know the maths. He is going to be, what, 40, I think about now, which is just incredible to see where he's come from and where he's gone. Obviously, way before FIFA 10 as well. Been playing just incredible. And as soon as we saw him come into Icons, we knew that that was going to be a card and a half. He is the perfect sort of type. He's quick. He's normally got a bit of strength, not necessarily muscle strength, but normally football strength. It's kind of just knowing how to use your body to block off defenders, and he was fantastic at that. Then his shooting was incredible, dribbling was decent, not necessarily a skiller, but definitely somebody who could hold his own and get past people. And then his passing isn't somewhat terrible, so you kind of mix all them together, you've got yourself a fantastic striker. Your Fernando Torreses, your Dalglish's, then obviously you move up to your Sabios, your R9s. They all have them similar qualities, and then obviously some have better ones than others. But I think what Eto'o does have over a lot of them, he has outside of the foot and finesse. May not seem a little bit kind of relevant, or at least it doesn't seem like it has that much of an effect. But when you play with using finesses, maybe pop shotting for them outside of the foot, they really make that difference. So for me, I think Eto'o definitely is a 10 out of 10, and he is absolutely phenomenal with it. Would I say he's worth the 4 mil? I think yes, but I wouldn't necessarily pay out for that personally. I think 4 mil into a card is a heavy investment, and I think with obviously these sorts of players, they tend to drop. And when you're talking about 4 mil, you're looking at a heavy price. You've got 5% tax once you sell him, and that personally is a hell of a lot to lose with keep on buying these sorts of players and then selling them. So for me, I would possibly stay away unless you pack him, or obviously you are looking potentially at his other versions, because they definitely have come down in price, and they still will come down in price, but they're not going to come down as much as obviously the Prime, as they are relatively new to packs. So obviously he's going to be a 10 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.